Okay guys, we are going to be doing some maintenance today of the skateboard trucks. So my trucks, it's just been a while since I've been cleaning them, so they've been making some squeaky noises whenever I'm turning, and so I thought I would take care of that and also give it a nice deep clean as I'm going along. So I thought I'd just make a quick video, show you how I do that. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is that we want to loosen the kingpin. So you can use a skate tool like this, and then it's usually the largest socket. Just start lefty loosey, taking this all off. And quick little tip is that when you're taking off your bushings, just kind of keep them in the correct order, so that you remember how you need to basically pop these back on. So, because I can never quite remember if the washer goes on the top or the bottom. So this is always handy, just to keep that stacked like that. So now we've got this kingpin off. We're just gonna pull it forward, like towards us, and just to give it a little shake. And don't worry, you won't hurt it. So you just need to be a little bit more forceful, and eventually it will pop off just like that. Now you probably heard it making some squeaking sounds. So we're going to take care of that using some soap. So inside the hole that you've got right here, you need to put some soap. So how we're going to do that is we're going to get a blade and just shave off some of that soap like so, and we're just going to pop it into the actual gap. So that goes in, that's all inside nice and neat. Let's get to cover the hole, blow around it, and that's nice. And put that right here, so you can see we have the soap shards in there. Okay, so now that's done, we don't have to worry about that anymore. But what we're gonna do is we are going to clean these wheels. So what happens over time is that you can get dirt and grime inside your bearings, and what usually happens is that over time your bearings can stop rotating as well as they used to. So the best thing to do is just to clean them regularly, and that way the we continue to be very very fast when you're skating. You won't have to push as much either, and it will lengthen the lifespan of your bearings too. So again, we get the skate tool used with and undo this bolt. We can get rid of this soap actually. Alright, so we just loosen that up, and that's the nut, and then there's a speed ring. Right, so there's a nut in the speed ring. And then you've got the actual wheel itself, and then you've got another speed ring on the inside. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to just grab a nice cloth rag that we can clean all these things, and they're quite grimy and dirty. So all I do is I pop it all on the white rag, including the bolt, and then what we'll do is I will just wipe those things down. See how much crap just came out of that? It's so much more silvery, so much shinier. Okay, so what you can also do is you get like a brush and just get in there with the bristles to get the bits maybe that you can't reach with your fingers, and the cloth, or you can just put the cloth inside, just spit it around, really get in there. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Now the next thing is, see these bearings are really dirty. Actually, believe it or not, these are supposed to be green on the inside, right? So it's all black. So if we just start brushing it, just a couple of seconds, see how green they are? Okay, look at that. So this goes to show how much crap is actually in these things. So what you want to do now is get these bearings out. The way to do that, just use your actual truck, and then you can just bend it up and down. So you want to push this in here and just kind of like up and down motion, and then just pop out. So you won't damage your trucks by doing that on the bearings. Don't worry about anything like that. So when you got this out, you stick that on the cloth, on the rag. And you can do that same thing on the other side. That's out. Alright, now let's get these a good clean with the old rag. Let's get in there, get all the crap out. And to be honest with you, that's probably just as good. So while you've got your truck and the wheel off, just give this a good clean as well. So that's always good to make sure that it is all running smooth. You put the first speed ring back on. Okay, so you're going to go back in the same order. So my bearings come with these spacers already built in. They're Zealous bearings. If you don't have these, definitely go get them. The spacers sometimes can be a bit fiddly. So if you've got spacers, you need to put the bearing in first, and then you need to put the spacer on, and then you need to put the wheel in. So it's a little bit more work, but so yeah, so put the bearing in on top of the speed ring like that, and then you got your wheel. You just want to push your wheel into the truck. Okay, so right, you pushed it in, push it down, and should just click back in. And it clicks back in really easily like that. So you just do the same thing with the other side. So I know that the wheel is not going to go in this way, but just for the purposes of putting on the bearing. Okay. Right, that's it. So they're both now in. Just going to give it one more little confirmation push. Yep, that's as far as it'll go. Now that speed ring's already in, so we're going to put this back on. We're going to put this washer or the speed ring on the other side, and then the bolt. So just use your hands to get it on there, and then once you can't spin it any further, awesome. And you can see how much cleaner it is compared to say that one, right? Now all you need to do is do the same thing on the other side, and then you are ready to put the truck back on. Okay, so once you've got both sides done and you are ready to put the truck back on, it's really simple. First of all, you put this bit in the hole with the soap in it, and you just push that in. That's nicely secured in there, and then you just get these, and then while you have them, give them a quick clean. And basically the way it goes is that the bushing and then the washer and then the bolt on the end, you just use your hands and just tie it in like that. And then what I like to do is I keep going until I can't do it anymore. And then from that point on both sides, I then start turning the skate tool. And I remember how many turns I'm going to do. So I'm going to do 1 half turn, 2 half turns, 3 half turns, 4 half turns. Okay. So you can see that the bolt and where it's starting to show, like the actual, the nut and the bolt, they're perfectly in flush. So that's 4 turns. We're going to do another half turn. That's 5 half turns, okay? So now I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then you need to ride it and see how you feel. If the trucks are too loose or too tight, you can adjust them. But 5 half turns from the point where you can't turn it with your hand anymore is a good measure of how often you need to do it. And then a good way of getting that balance between both sides being roughly equal. But that's it, guys. I hope it's been useful.